afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Josh again, and welcome to TAW. We have a big singles matchup for you here tonight. It's Chris Jericho versus L in a singles match. Now, both of these guys are going to be in that fatal four-way elimination match at TAW Aftershock to crown the next TAW Excalibur champion. So, of course, throwing them in a match to build momentum and to give a teeny tiny little preview for what's going to be going on in TAW Aftershock. We have Chris Jericho, who's been on a massive roll, and L, who's been in 2 matches, has lost one and won the other, and they were both Battle Royals. So this is his first match where you can win by pinfall or submission. But L won the 6-man over-the-top Battle Royal on TAW Rivals. Can he defeat Chris Jericho, who has, again, been on a huge roll ever since Riot Central 2, because at Riot Central 2, he defeated Jeff Hardy in a singles match, and then on the preview episode of XAW, he defeated Jeff Hardy in a steel cage match. So yeah, Chris Jericho is on a roll, and remember, because of those 2 victories, he was already put into the Fatal 4-Way Elimination match that's going to be at Aftershock, so he pretty much earned his way into that without even having to be in a qualifying match. So Chris Jericho could potentially become the next TAW Excalibur champion. Now remember, the Excalibur Championship is pretty much our money in the bank. You win the title, as long as you are holding that championship, you can turn it in for a World Heavyweight Championship match whenever you want to. But you have to regularly defend the Excalibur Championship. It's not like the Money in the Bank briefcase where you can hold on to it forever. You have to defend the title, and the only way you lose it is if you lose the title or turn it in. Now, that's only been done once successfully, and that was when Frieza, the current world champion, turned it in on Liu Kang way back at Meltdown in 2015. And Frieza has been TAW champion ever since, and of course now we need a new Excalibur champion, because of course the previous one was the Joker. However, he was stripped of that championship after he had a clown interfere in his 6-man tag team match at Riot Central 2. Which allowed him to win and retain, but then Howard Stern stripped him of the belt. So, good job, good job. But then the Joker turned around and won the Royal Rumble. So, seriously. So it turns out stripping him of the belt didn't really do all that much good. But again, we have Chris Jericho versus L here, and L, of course, is his first ever singles matchup here in TAW. It's going to be interesting to see how he does. And against a veteran like Chris Jericho, it's going to be very interesting. And Chris Jericho, of course, the current New Japan Pro Wrestling Intercontinental Champion. But that's not canon to these events, so, oh boy, I'm bringing canon into this. And here we go, starting off with an elbow to the face and a Russian leg sweep by L. I did not think that L would take the offensive first in this matchup, but here comes Chris Jericho firing back with a right hand. This is pretty much how I expected the matchup to start, with Chris Jericho on the offensive. Now an Irish whip into the ropes. Oh, and L's a little bit of trouble. Oh, and a big chop. Although I think it would do more damage if he removed the shirt first, but a forearm right to the jaw. And Jericho bouncing off the ropes with a running one-handed bulldog. That is classic Chris Jericho. And Chris Jericho building momentum, but he got one of his punches blocked. And a nice takedown by L. Nice side headlock takedown. And now he's got Jericho back up, and a big dropkick right to the face. Nice one. And he got some height on that one. And again, Chris Jericho has been on a humongous roll. So I will honestly I'm pulling for Jericho in this matchup. He's a veteran, he has the experience, and he's on a tidal wave of momentum. Now another big chop by Chris Jericho, and a second one. Oh, and now but a counter by L, throwing him into the corner, and another dropkick. That time he got him right underneath the jaw. And now L, if you've seen Death Note, you know that L is very quick on his feet. He can throw some of the craziest kicks you've ever seen. So, and some more strikes. And, oh, a nice spinning back fist, and apparently he can throw hands as well. Now Jericho back up on his feet, and a shot in the midsection. Oh, and now he's got him in the ropes. And Chris Jericho, oh, with a drop kick of his own, sending L flying to the outside of the ring. Oh, and Jericho, oh, went for a springboard, but L saw it coming, and Jericho just face planted right on the outside. But, oh, connects with it's going to be a battle of the drop kicks in this match. Oh, and now, this does not look good for L. Oh, boy, he's got him in a suplex, and, oh, man. Stalling vertical suplex on the outside. Jericho showing some of his power. And there's zero give outside. There's a little bit of give in the ring, but none outside. And now L firing back. Man, his back has got to be killing him right now. And Jericho just launching him into the barricade. And Jericho back in the ring, perhaps trying to win via countout. This could be smart. Oh, but L's back. And back into the ring as Jericho's taunting. That's not very smart. But, oh, big right hand. And now exchanging some strikes. And now L with a nice little combination right there by L. And now look at this. Oh, wrestling him to the ground and going for an ankle lock. L with an ankle lock. I was not expecting that. I did not know that next L is going to start suplexing him all over the ring. But now Jericho's back up on a big right hand. It looks like that ankle lock did not do much. He didn't keep it for long. On that time, he should not have gone for that little combo twice. Now Chris Jericho is going to make him pay with a huge power bomb. Not often you see Chris Jericho do a power bomb. Oh, now look at this, setting up, and the Lion Salt connects. That's got to be it. Into the cover, 1, 2. Oh, that was close. L just barely gets the shoulder off of Chris Jericho's legendary Lion Salt. Oh, now look at this. He's got both arms hooked. And, knee right to the spine off the butterfly backbreaker. Chris Jericho still in control. Oh, look at this, setting up for another dropkick. How many dropkicks have been in this matchup already? But, man, seriously, I'm still surprised that L was able to kick out of one of Jericho's signature moves, that beautiful Lion Salt, and off the powerbomb, no less. But again, L is in serious trouble, and all these humongous chops by Jericho, and now just showcasing his arrogance. In complete control. Oh, no. Oh, a big right. Oh, setting up for perhaps a superplex. L's in serious trouble, and a huge superplex. Man, the back was set up on the outside, and into the cover. 1, 2, and again L kicks out. How in the world did he kick out of that superplex? He was already suplexed really hard on the outside earlier in this matchup. Now on a shoulder block. Oh, but L firing back with a huge leaping shoulder block, and into the cover. 1, but only a 1 count. Yeah, you're not going to pin Chris Jericho off a shoulder block. But you can wear him down, though. Now, a shot right to the elbow. And look at this shot to the midsection. Oh, missed a clothesline. And there's those beautiful kicks I was telling you about. Into the cover. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2 by Jericho. He almost kicked his head off. That was almost like, but Jericho responding in kind with an enziguri. That was almost like Aleister Black's Black Mass. That was a beautiful spinning kick. But he ran into that enziguri. And Jericho turning him around. Oh, look at this, going for an O'Connor roll. 1, 2, and again, L just barely gets the shoulder up. That was very, very close. But another spin kick, and what a roundhouse kick. He may have just knocked him out. Into the cover, 1, 2, and again, Chris Jericho kicks out at 2. Near fall after near fall in this matchup, and yet another drop kick. And there's so many kicks in this matchup. These guys are very, very light on their feet, let me tell you. And now throwing L to the outside, but he hangs on. Oh, I've seen this before. Springboard into a dropkick, and L goes flying to the outside of the ring. And now look at this. Chris Jericho setting up. Oh, look at this. Oh my God! He went for a Lion Salt on the outside, and L moved out of the way, and Chris Jericho went crashing right through the announce table. Might have broken one of his legs. That was a very bad landing, and now L on the top rope. Oh, can he succeed where Jericho failed? And, but gets caught with a power slam in midair, and that might be it. Oh, Jericho went for the code breaker. Oh, but he got blocked in a forearm right to the face. Oh, look at this L with a tilt-a-whirl. Oh, counter into a small package. Can he get him here? 1, 2, 3. No way! L with a surprising upset has pinned Chris Jericho off the small package. I can't believe that. Although I do think a lot of that has to do with the fact that Chris Jericho put himself through a table by accident with that missed Lion Salt, and L taking advantage, and L has defeated Chris Jericho. What a huge win for L, ladies and gentlemen. Can L possibly become the next Excalibur champion? Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and all that fun stuff if you enjoyed the video. Hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys next time.